Hello, it's Stefan Pape here reporting for the fan carpet at FrightFest 2012. It's the final night. We've been here all week, so it's a bit sad to be saying goodbye to it, but we're going to be covering the closing film today, which is Tower Block. It's a British thriller set in obviously a tower block where a group of people are being sniped at, so it sounds like good fun. And hopefully we're going to be getting the chance to speak to the writer James Moran, directors James Nunn and Robbie Thompson, as well as hopefully members of the cast, likes of Sheridan, Smith and Ralf Brown as well, so fingers crossed. Can you just tell us a little bit about the film?
It's a horror thriller about a mysterious sniper who is keeping people trapped on the top floor of a tower block, and he won't let them leave.
Have you been encouraged by the success of the likes of Attack the Block and The Raid in the previous sort of year or so?
I've been encouraged, yeah, but it was actually written in 2008. And it sort of sat around for 2 years because I didn't think it was going to sell. My agent didn't think it was going to sell. So we both really liked it, but we thought it's a bit grim and bleak. And I didn't kind of see anybody would want to go and pay money on a Friday night to go and watch this because it's quite harrowing. But then it got made, and I'm really proud of it. So I hope it terrifies people.
So what was your inspiration behind the film? What did you first inspire you to start writing it?
I was watching another horror film at FrightFest, and I thought the killer was going to do something at the end that he didn't actually do in that film. But the thought stuck in my head, and I thought that would actually be a good setup for a horror film. And so I decided to see if I could make a whole story out of that. And I thought, if I was doing that, how would I stop them leaving? Why would I be doing that? What would be my reasons? I'm just going to basically sat in a room and thought like a killer for several months.
And of course, this isn't the first time you've been at FrightFest this year. You're here with Cockneys vs Zombies the other night. It must have been such a brilliant week for you to be here on behalf of two films.
It's been fantastic, yes. I'd like to thank the Olympics and the football, whatever the football thing was this year, for meaning that we couldn't release during the summer because nobody would go and see it. So the timing just worked out really nicely. So the last time I had a film at FrightFest was Severance 6 years ago, and now I've got two films 6 years later. So in another 6 years I'll have four, hopefully.
I was just going to say, so finally, do you reckon you'll be back here again with future projects?
I certainly hope so. I mean, I've had 3 films made and released, and all 3 of them have premiered at FrightFest. So I didn't think I would get that lucky once, let alone 3 times. So who knows? I would like all my films premiere at FrightFest. Do
you think that's almost a niche for you now? Is horror your thing, and thriller, or do you think that you've got a comedy in you, or drama perhaps?
I think so. I mean, Cockneys it's more of a comedy than I've ever done. I never thought of it as a comedy, but it's actually turned out more comedic than I wrote a sitcom script a few years ago, and Cockneys is actually funnier than that. So I think maybe I'm not destined for out and out comedy.
Thanks so much anyway, much appreciated.
Thank you.
Well, it's all about people living in a condemned part of a tower block, and they're being picked off one by one basically by a sniper, and eventually the story is revealed as to why they are specifically being targeted. All forms of communication have been shut down, so they're literally trapped there. There's no kind of
no phones, no internet, no lifts, and the staircase is in the sights of the sniper, so they're actually stuck on the 12th floor.
So it's a laugh out loud comedy then?
It's a laugh a minute.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah. Because what would you do in that situation? You'd all sit around and tell jokes, right?
It was very tense. It was very tense on set because we never knew who was going to be killed off next, because they could have changed the script at any time, and if we'd been a pain in the arse, they could have just bumped us off. So yeah, we just all had to get along.
We had to.
You must both be absolutely thrilled to be presenting your debut film, Tower Block, here at FrightFest.
Yeah, we're both over the moon about it. When we made the movie, a year ago, we had no idea that it would blow up as big as it feels in our world, and we're extremely proud and privileged to be here.
I mean, there's no better platform or better audience to deliver our film than to the FrightFest crowd. And the fact that we're closing the festival is a real privilege and honour, and we're happy, shocked and delighted that we are that closing film, so I hope everyone enjoys it.
And of course, this is both of your debut film. Do you think that helped when collaborating together, that this was a kind of new experience for the pair of you?
Definitely.
I think 100%. Yeah, we have our own methods and styles that complement each other. We didn't copy anybody's other style. We did it our own way, and it was good because it was our first. We did it the way we wanted to do it, and
we shared that same kind of nervous anxiety. And neither was I. What am I talking about?
That was good, really good.
And do you see yourselves directing together again in the future, or perhaps going down separate paths?
We've actually got a couple of movies coming up separately where we're both heavily involved in each other's projects.
I've written them both.
Ron's written both.
And James is directing one, I'm directing the other, but he's involved in the one I'm directing. But we are also collaborating on a TV show, and we've got a big genre movie planned for the end of next year, so hopefully we get that.
So we will come back together next year.
Yeah.
And just finally, if there's one thing you want the audiences to take away from Tower Block, what would that be?
Enjoyment, tension. I just really want them to like it. Yeah, and that's the honest truth.
Yeah, please like it.
Yeah, please like it.
Well, firstly, have you ever been at FrightFest before?
I've never. This is the first time I've been at FrightFest, so it's a great privilege and an honour, I hope.
And you must be thrilled to be here on behalf of Tower Block as the closing film, as well.
Without a doubt. I mean, when I got wind of this, I was like, brilliant. It just gives me an opportunity. It's been a long time since I've done something in the UK, a film where I've kind of come to a screening like this, where it's closed a prestigious festival. So I'm really pleased.
Of course, your career has been a mixture of TV and film. Is there one that you sort of prefer doing?
That's always a hard one. I think I prefer film. Although there's just not enough of it. You know, I prefer film. I love what you do in film. TV's very different.
And tell us about your first impressions when you first got the script for Tower Block. Were you on board straight away?
Yeah, I liked it. I could tell from the first 10 pages. I immediately thought, this is something I'd love to be part of. So, you know, it was a lot of fun. Plus, I know Sheridan. I knew Ronnie from somewhere else. You know, I knew a couple of people who were attached to it. And I just thought, you know what, it's going to be fantastic. A really good group of people to work with.
And of course, this is James and Ronnie's debut film. Does that kind of passion from directors, as it is their debut, really rub off on the actors when making the film?
Yeah, because you could really sense they put everything into it. It wasn't just a film, this was their film. And you really kind of felt that, so it was infectious from the top.
And it must have been quite a fun film to shoot. Just the premise, obviously very simple. Lots of people in Tower Block getting shot at.
Brilliant, I love it. Sounds like the way I grew up.
So, I was just saying actually, I think the key about this film is that they're such an unlikely bunch of heroes. You know, they're like this group of people living in a tower block, and then it all kicks off, and it's kind of fight or flight. They have to survive. So I'm the unlikely kind of kick-ass girl who kind of leads the team. So that was fun because I'm a complete wimp. So it was quite a stretch for me.
Did you have any hesitations when you saw the script, or were you on board straight away?
No, so when Ronnie and James came to me with the idea, I was just like, wow. I mean, I've never been asked to play a kick-ass kind of role, and I'm hardly Angelina Jolie, so I was like, yeah, okay, this is lovely. I'll have a go at that. I was just really thrilled that they had me in mind for it. You know, out of all the people they could have chosen. So I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed being a little tomboy.
Is that a role you'd like to do again one day, perhaps?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I would. I mean, at the minute I'm doing this play called Hedda Gabler, which is very posh and ladylike and completely different to this part. But I love coming into work and doing stunts, and I'd never done that before, so that was really good fun. Although it went wrong on day one.
What happened?
I got punched in the mouth and bust my lip and my tooth came out. So it kind of made me a bit nervous from day one, but then it got better and it was all right.
And how was it like working with James and Ronnie? I mean, obviously it's their debut film. Did that rub off on the cast that this was quite a passionate project for them?
Yeah, I mean, it's their baby, so they were definitely very passionate about it and lovely as well to work with. And because there was two of them, they really helped each other out and bounced off each other, so it was really good fun, yeah.
And of course you've got the lead role in this movie, which is getting a big release, and obviously you're in Hysteria as well. It's quite a big few months, so it must be quite an exciting time for you as well, I imagine.
Well, it's quite mad because you film things over like the space of a year, and then you think they're going to come out at different times, then all of a sudden they're all coming out at once, so it's quite mad at the minute. It's all a bit crazy, but I'm enjoying it, yeah, and they're all so different, which is nice. You know, Hysteria is completely different, and Mrs. Biggs, and just different things that I'm having a go at. You know, it's nice to try and be a bit of a chameleon, I guess.
Hello, it's Stefan Pape here, reporting for the Fan Carpet, and we've been at FrightFest 2012 today. It's the final night. It's been a really wonderful week. We've seen a host of films and interviewed a host of stars, and sadly it's now come to an end.